You know, Republicans are people too, just like Democrats. And I'm speaking about elected officials. And Republicans have good in their heart, just like Democrats do. I say that because the gentleman on the right is Bob Corker. He's a Republican, and he is instrumental in the Global Poverty Project, which is working to extend extreme poverty. And this particular group helps to feed people. And in my mind, that's a good work. And Tamron Hall did a interview with him, which I skipped, only because she in turn asked him a question regarding another charitable organization. And he dodged it. So again, I'll say that some work that he and Republicans and Democrats in conjunction are working on is good work. So for anyone to say that, you know, all Republicans, you know, suck and all they do is screw people, that is not necessarily true. Yeah, are there instances, maybe a lot of instances, where they do try to screw people, black people, white people, all people. Yeah, that in some cases is true, but not in all cases. And in this Global Poverty Project, that's absolutely not the case. So he is to be commended for his work to try to help people. But on the other hand, Mr. Corker knows right from wrong. And he's going to be presented with news, which I know that he is aware of because he keeps up with the Trump campaign, and he's one of Trump's main political surrogates. He's going to sit here and dodge this question throughout the balance of the Tamron Hall interview. And he knows that what happened here is wrong, but he will refuse to say it. All right, here's the interview, and you judge for yourself.
Senator, as you know, to participate in Global Citizens, you have to volunteer. You have to do something for others. I'm going to make a hard turn here because I know our focus was Global Citizens, but I do want to focus in on the new allegations from the Donald Trump Foundation, which was supposed to be set up to help others, potentially in some of the programs that you've mentioned. There are now reports from the Washington Post that Donald Trump's foundation spent $258,000 of other people's money donated to the foundation to settle lawsuits that involve Trump's for-profit businesses. You also know the allegations. This comes after Trump's foundation was found to have made an improper $25,000 donation to a group supporting Attorney General Pam Bundy. Here we are talking about charity foundations. Specifically, can you give me your take on if these allegations are true, that Donald Trump's foundation, or Trump, used $258,000 to settle foundation money? What do you believe should happen? Should his foundation be investigated?
So, you know, we have so many issues here, and I get these questions in the hallway nonstop when I get to vote or when I leave a committee hearing. There's gaggles of people who are covering the political races that are occurring. Look, if I spent time trying to be the referee between the campaigns over the foundation on the Clinton side, the foundation on the Trump side, I couldn't get the things you and I were talking about earlier.
Yeah, but we're talking about charity and help, and that's a part of the Global Citizens Foundation, people building foundations, building charities. I don't want you to call strikes or balls here. I want to ask you, as a member of Congress, as someone who was on a short list to be his vice president, running mate potentially, if these allegations are true, are we at a point where the Donald J. Trump Foundation, if they used nearly $300,000 to settle these lawsuits for his for-profit businesses, do we need an investigation here, sir? I think it's a yes or no.
Well,
yeah, and it is a yes or a no, But unfortunately, we're talking about Donald Trump surrogates. So as usual, they will never give you a yes or a no. They can't give you a yes because it casts a poor light on their candidate. And they can't give you a no because they know damn well that the answer is yes. So instead of giving either one of those, they basically just duck and dodge and deflect and try to get away from the question.
Really isn't, because in the hallway each day, people ask me about things that have occurred. A lot of times I find out after the fact that nothing even happened. So I understand your desire to cover this. My job here is to do what we talked about on the front end, and that is to put great U.S. policy out and to make sure that we solve problems that we have here. And I'll let you and others, that's outside of congressional jurisdiction. Again, there are challenges that have been put on both sides, and for me, being a referee on these kind of things, it's just not the appropriate role for me or other members of Congress to play. So,
well, you've always been very outspoken, and I've seen now 2 interviews on MSNBC with Morning Joe and Mika where you clearly do not want to answer questions about Donald Trump.
And that is absolutely true. He will not answer a question where the handwriting is on the wall, where it's in black and white, where you're hit over the head with a sledgehammer, that Donald Trump screwed up.
Answer questions about things that I know about. Again, when things are thrown out that you know, I have no knowledge of. I've been.
Well, we hope to have you back on, and then maybe we can talk.
See, and that in itself is a lie, because he just said that he answers questions about things that he knows about. I would hope that he knows about right and wrong, and that charitable organizations are not allowed to make payments to settle non-charitable debts. That's a no-brainer. That's a law. He's a congressman. He's been around a long time. He knows it's wrong.